Hello, today I want to talk about being a homemaker and what that looks like for me. Definitely is not a one size fits all situation, but I thought it would be useful to share what my day kind of looks like. Before we went off grid, I had a lot of thoughts of how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that, and I actually watched quite a bit of content from other people online, and that helped, but I didn't really find anything that was like what I'm sharing today. We still don't have pressurized water. We've been very busy and we have a brand new baby, but we did get our solar hooked up, so that's been really great. So this is what it looks like for us to get water. I come out here, it's a little bit of a walk, but not too bad. I have my empty plastic milk or water jugs, and we fill it up with the hose. The hose is coming from one of our 330-gallon tanks that is in our shed. The hose situation doesn't work when it's below freezing, obviously, because the water freezes. It was super nice out, so I didn't have to worry about that. Sometimes I'll send my two older boys to go do it for me, and they enjoy helping, and sometimes they're really not in the mood, so I'll do it, but they do like to help, which I really appreciate. We have two gravity-fed pitchers, both glass, one at our kitchen sink, and the other one's in our bathroom. That's all we got. This setup fills 2.5 gallons of water. The other one's about a gallon. And I just frugally use my water. I turn it off when I'm done rinsing instead of leaving the faucet tap running. It works really well. We will have pressurized water soon. Thankfully, where we live, we don't have to take our trash somewhere. We do pay for a trash service, and I really appreciate that service. Homemaking is quite the same as it is in a normal modern home. It's just how you get there is a little bit different, but it's the same idea. You have dishes to do, you have dishes to put away, you have clothes to clean, you have clothes to fold and put away. Everything gets done. For me, a cluttered home is not a happy home, even if it's a camper. It's practice for when I have another home to live in, which I'm really looking forward to. It can be very difficult to keep your space clean when it seems like your kids are just undoing it as you're doing it, but it is important to keep up with it regardless, even if it's messes that you did not make. For my own sanity, I clean up after them sometimes, not all the time, but things that they have gaps on, just so we can all feel a little bit better and refreshed. Even though we have not a whole lot, being in this camper, I am so blessed. I'm so thankful. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve anything that I have, but I've been given it. So I will take care of it. How can you cook with such a small oven? Well, you just do. I'll tell you, this little camper stove puts out. I have made so many things on this. Don't be discouraged about that either. You can make all kinds of stuff still. Put your mind to it, you can do it. Something to expect when you're going off grid and you don't have running water. If you're getting your water from town like we are and you don't have it pressurized, you will have to make several trips a day to get water to fill up for drinking, for your dishes, for washing hands, and especially if you're doing laundry, you're going to have to empty that a few times. That's just something you have to do when you're in this setup that we have. Not everybody goes through this. I think most people probably do, even if it's for a short time. But we're so used to it, don't really mind it. It's just something else we have to do. I have noticed so much around me, more so than I did before when I was living in New Jersey, because I have to be outside a lot to do my chores. And I'm so thankful for that. I really am. It is refreshing to go outside and do something, and it's a lot more peaceful. Something we've been figuring out is the heat for the winter. We do have a propane heater that is hooked up in our camper that pushes forced hot air in through the vents in the floor, and it works very well. It's pretty efficient for the most part, but I don't like to rely on propane. I really don't. I prefer wood burning options because if for some reason you cannot get that propane, whether it's a financial issue or there is no place open and you need it right now, you're in a bit of a situation. So we did get a little teeny tiny wood stove to put in here, safely of course, and that will help with the heating. And if I need to cook or heat something up and we want to save on propane, we can. I do like the stove though. It is very useful for me and it has worked beautifully. I am so grateful for it. I am really grateful how long the propane lasts though with cooking on the stove and in the oven. It does last us a really long time on two 25-gallon tanks. We decided to get chicks and guinea geese just before our son was born. So our birds are 2 days younger than our youngest son. So we have 17 birds and they are a joy and I really love taking care of them. They are quite a funny bunch. This is not my intention. They're staying in our shed right now because we are working on the coop. And they're growing a little bit faster than the rate that we can get the coop done with all the other things that we're doing. But they fit just fine in here for right now. We won't have too much longer with them in here, but this is working. This is Donna. My pet Donna. Ow! This is Bunny. This has to be Bunny. Yeah, I knew it was you. You're the pecker. Thank you for that. Every time I go out to take care of the birds, the kids cannot wait to come with me. They really enjoy it. I think just as much as I do.
I like it with you.
You like the lizard? Before we moved, I was pretty freaked out at the idea of giving birth in a camper, but my faith kept me going. It got me out here, and I did it, and I'm so thankful that I did. She coming? Something we all need to do is shower. So for right now, since we don't have pressurized running water, I just heat up water on the stove. It's pretty simple, and I use a pump for camping actually. I found this really cool setup from Amazon and it works great. It does the job and I don't really have any complaints. And at the end of the day, when the kids are winding down and we can all get settled, that's when I have some me time. Well, partially. Then I have to take care of everybody else. Mothering off-grid. Women have been doing it for thousands of years. Don't be afraid. Just do it. Don't worry about all these things that you're not quite used to, that you're not quite sure how you're going to do it. Obviously have a plan. Get some ideas. Do some research. But don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. I don't get a whole lot of time to myself being a mom of 4 kids under 6 years old, but the little time that I get is good enough for me, and I'm very thankful for it. Just enough time to brush the day out of my hair. I really hope this was encouraging to you. Thank you for watching. Bye.